Hello and welcome. Today I'm in Tier 8 Japanese cruiser, the Atago. This match is on the map Land of Fire and it's a ranked battle. And we have 2 battleships, they have 3 battleships. Also I spawned over 3 kilometers behind the friendly battleships. Like I'm literally nearest to the border. And if you look at it, I am 5 kilometers from the nearest battleship. But of course this means that I am not 5 kilometers behind them because of the Pythagorean theorem, or the special case of the cosine theorem. So, I mean, it should be more or less 3 kilometers, but like, what the hell? Why would I spawn so far away in a cruiser? Wow, that's just abnormal. So I'll just skip ahead now to battle. So, I had the idea of going to disrupt A and pull them away or something, but then I realized that they have 3 battleships and we have 2, and it's a bad idea, so I decided not to. I'll just go towards B and just camp the islands like everyone else is gonna do on our team, because that's just what ranked at higher tiers is about, at least on this map. And I think the top side is actually has an advantage because of the way the islands are positioned. Like, the other side can't really take advantage of hiding behind islands because, well, they just don't have them, unlike this side. The main reason why I think that camping behind islands is a good idea is because shooting over islands is a buggy mechanic, especially if you're the one that's firing from afar. Because if you're close by, then shooting over the island is easy, if you have enough elevation on your guns, but if you're the one far away, then your shots just might fall into the island for no reason, even if your crosshair is not on the island. I fire these torpedoes because they might hit like something once in a while, although I think it has never happened even once in the games I've played. And I'll just shell while looking for a better island to camp. That Mogami's island looks nice. Let's try that one. Actually, now that I'm more experienced, the best island is the one towards the east of my current position. The one that my plane is above right now. That's the best island to camp on this map. Like, that island is complete BS, because you can just sit there and fire, and half the shots fired at you will just fall into the water. Also, the enemy team has Raskeria, so he kinda knows what to do, which is bad, so we should kill him first. If we can, of course. I mean, actually, the thing with killing somebody first that's experienced is that if you fire stuff at somebody who knows what they're doing, and they just happen to do their evasion stuff, then you'll just keep missing, and you could have shot at somebody else and actually kill them. At the time you did like 10% of their HP and damage, but this time Raskeria was a bit cocky, I guess. So he was showing broadside a lot, and well, he paid the price. And Raskeria is down, which is good because we have one ship advantage, and these advantages seem to, like, they seem to start out really quickly. It's like a chaotic system where a small change in the initial conditions gives you a completely different result. Like, at least it feels that way, that the side that loses the first ship often just ends up losing. Unless it's like a trade or something. But yeah, essentially now it's island camping. Thing is though, they had 3 battleships, and to be honest, I think that this is incredibly advantageous to the team with the 3 battleships. Of course, it doesn't mean that's impossible to win, it's just that they, in my opinion, have a higher chance of winning. Also, the other reason why you camp the islands is so that you can fire and stay undetected. Like, you could do that with a Mogami, because you have enough range, but you can't really do that in an Atago. I mean, if you have Concealment Expert, then there's like a tiny gap where you can do it, but most of the time you can't. But the thing is that if you're behind an island, you can just fire freely. The enemy has nothing to spot you. Of course, the downside is that half the time you'll be shooting the island because your guns don't have enough elevation to fire over it. But that's okay. You can just play World of Tanks. Reverse outside, or you know, show yourself again. Thing is though, like, are they gonna like sit there and wait until I show myself? Because they have no indication of whether I will be showing myself or not. So it's not like they will hold their shot, because even if they do, and I pop out on the other side, then it'll be like, well, fuck. He came out on the other side. Also, that did barely any damage, even though it was so many battleship shells. Also, I still have heal available. But yeah, the island that I mentioned earlier, the one that my plane is above, again, that's the best island to camp because you can always fire over it and it still gives you cover most of the time anyway. It's like, you can even do that stuff with battleships there, and I actually did, and it gave me good results. Although the downside is that I think that there's actually a pretty big thing, like it's rather important in the game for you to, like, I think that a large reason why I won so many games was that I just tanked a lot of shells and shots in when I played battleships. Like, I was the one that went in and I was the primary target for like half the battle or something. This meant that the enemy team was not focus firing on anybody except me, and because I kept turning and all that stuff, then that just, meant that my team had an easier time. But the times when I camped behind that island, I think we lost like every single time because, well, I wasn't tanking damage. So all the other friendly battleships just died, and all that was bad. I say battleships because in those games cruisers weren't existent. Like, it was just destroyers and battleships and nothing else. Because that's what higher tiers became, apparently. Cruisers were incredibly rare. You would have more Kievs than cruisers most of the time. The interesting thing is that we have a cruiser kill and we still haven't got anything else. That's because, you can't focus fire here really, because like nobody will tank the damage. Look at where the battleships are. They are doing the same thing, except they're just turning around and around and around and around. Also, the enemy destroyers started playing the game. I mean, it makes sense because they have two Fubukis, so we don't really want to, like, have our battleships out in the open. Still though, I mean, it's getting a bit annoying, considering it's already been 10 fucking minutes. Thanks for following, Pete. But I mean, as long as this stuff works, it's not that big of a deal, I think. Also, I wonder if we just waited this game for the capping to end, whether it would be a draw, because it seems the points are given at almost the same time, if not the same time. I'll start moving, because the enemy team is getting antsy and stuff, so let's fire torpedoes at the battleships and just keep turning and like start doing stuff, because it's getting a bit annoying even for me, although I don't really mind it. Also, I turn my guns around when doing this turn because all the battleships are shooting at me, so I just need to keep evading because nobody else is tanking damage. Also, hopefully my torpedoes hit. That would be incredible. Okay, we're gonna pick up the New Orleans. And I think one of the torpedoes is dead too. Let's fire at the one that's gonna take damage from me. Maybe. from the torpedoes. Maybe that will like interrupt him or something. And let's kill secure this tidbits, because you know, kill securing is important. Oh my god, he ate all the torpedoes. Wow. Excellent. Excellent, and I got the second one. Double strike in ranked against 2 battleships in a cruiser. Double strike in ranked. Think about it. I don't think I've actually seen any double strikes in ranked before. And now I got one against 2 battleships. Pretty amazing. Okay, well, at this point that we are so far ahead that I'll just start rushing in, pick up that North Carolina or something, and end this game. Like, what I see is that ranked has like multiple phases. Phase 1 is like where people just sit at range and keep shelling, and then comes the second phase, which is once the shelling ends, then suddenly one team starts going all in with all their ships. And you need to be able to like react to that, especially in a destroyer, since you're extremely good at defending. Also, the other thing is that the enemy team has little Tigro as a Fubuki, and he is very good at playing this game, especially DDs. Also, rip Mogami. That's essentially why you camp islands usually, because if you don't, well, that's what happens in a cruiser. So I'll just start rushing into the North Cal now, and hopefully he won't kill me like this Mogami. I'll keep my nose pointed towards him. Actually, at this point, I'm thinking, well, this was a dumb idea, because I have no cover, and it is in North Carolina, and he has a bit too much HP to just pick off. It's okay though, even if we lose my ship, we should still win. Also, maybe I can get near age, so they'll lose even more points. But I'll try to evade the shots from the North Carolina. But look at this. This North Cal has shot like once or twice at me already, and I haven't taken almost any damage. Well, now he shot somebody else. Probably because he was like, oh my god, I can't hit this guy. Well, let's do a turn and provoke a shot. And fire my back guns, of course. And then turn back again. Can't slow down again, because that's really frustrating to shoot at in a battleship. Like, I find it really hard to tell whether the ship is coming towards me or moving away, or slowing down or whatever. Eight kilometers, okay, 9 kilometers. Full broadside, and I took 10,000 damage. I mean, a full broadside fire. I think that's very good. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I think is rather important in battles to win as well. It's just that it doesn't give you any experience or any points or anything in that regard. Like, it's important to tank damage, and when I say tank damage, I don't mean that, you know, taking 50,000 damage is the same every time. It's rather that when the enemy fires, I don't know, 12 battleship shots at you, that you only take like 10,000 damage. That's the kind of stuff that should give experience, I think. I turned my guns towards that side because I thought I would be able to get shots at DD, but, well, sadly I couldn't. Also, we are dangerously close to actually, you know, not winning this game. Like, if I die here, then this is gonna be really bad. And I think taking that torpedo didn't help. That was a complete mistake. Luckily, at least the battleship died, so... Still though, I think that tanking damage should give experience. Like, not when I say tanking damage, again, I don't mean the fact that you take like 50,000 damage. But the fact that you negate damage by, I don't know, being a destroyer and dodging the shells, or being a cruiser and dodging the shells, or being a battleship and angling your ship and all that stuff, because it does matter. If the enemies are shooting, I mean, most of them are shooting like half the game anyway, and if they spend that time on shooting at somebody they can't hit or at least damage, then I think that's rather important. But it just isn't shown in any experience or score gain or anything like that. Also, it would give an advantage to battleships in terms of, you know, they have more HP, so they can naturally just take more shots. But yeah, okay, this should be fine now, because we are gonna end this game in like 5 seconds. Quite a game. Hugging islands is annoying though, and taking damage should give experience. And I got a double strike in ranked against 2 battleships in a cruiser. Pretty amazing. And this battle put me nowhere. Well, anyways, I got 1500 experience only, which is I guess understandable considering I didn't like do much, but I did some damage. This is like 64, 80k damage or so. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe. And oh yeah, by the way, there's a 20-hour stream that will start on Friday this week, on the 18th of December, I think it is. It'll start, I don't know when. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching.